Well, the bugs around here are pretty bad this year, I'll tell you. They're just awful. I don't know if I'll get any blackberries right now or not. I'm just doing a quick run around here to see if I can find any before I go inside. I can't stand the bugs. They're just awful. Yeah. Go away, bug. I don't like them. Gotta be honest about it. I don't like them. Anyway, I'll tell you another story. This was a story told to me by an old friend of mine who grew up in the village of Westport, Ontario, back in the 40s and 50s. He's passed on since from lung cancer. But he told me this story anyway. He told me a few stories about some of the characters that lived in and around the village of Westport back in the old times anyway. And there's this one fella, I can't recall his name now, but he was known to be quite a thief. And basically this guy was an alcoholic, and he'd steal to finance his alcohol addiction, you know. And so, anyway, if it weren't nailed down and he saw it, it would disappear. That was pretty much how things worked. And it would turn up somewhere because he'd sell it to somebody or whatever, you know. Anyway, the guy was known to be quite a thief. And he was known very well by the police around there too. And he was walking down the road one day, and he had this chain. So he's pulling the chain around behind him, you know, as he's walking down the shoulder of the road. It was like a tow chain or whatever, you know, walking down the road, pulling the thing behind him. And the OPP, the Ontario Provincial Police, were out on patrol. And of course, the cop recognized the guy right away. Saw the guy walking along the side of the road there, dragging this chain behind him. And so he pulls up alongside him, very harshly, you know the way cops can be, very harshly. He says, what are you doing, dragging somebody's chain down the road? Because, he figured he just assumed the guy had stolen it, because anytime you saw that guy with anything, he had stolen it. So I guess he figured it's not his chain. It'll be somebody's chain, but it won't be his, you know. And actually, the cop was right, because the chain had gone missing from somebody's garage just down the road from where the cop had confronted him. Anyway, he says to the old thief, he says, what are you doing dragging somebody's chain down the road? And without missing a beat, the old alcoholic thief says, have you ever tried pushing one of these things? What are you doing dragging somebody's chain down the road? The guy says, have you ever tried pushing one of these things? Well, he answered the question anyway. He didn't answer the question the cop wanted answered, but he did answer the question just the same. Didn't give him the answer he wanted. Anyway, like I say, it turned out the chain was missing from somebody's place down the road anyway. The guy had gaffled onto it. He'd be dragging it around to take it somewhere to sell it to somebody that he knew would buy it, and for enough money for a bottle, you know. Get himself a bottle of hooch. Anyway, quite a story though, you know. Said that. He said, what are you doing dragging somebody's chain down the road? That was back in the 1950s anyway. But yeah, anyway, I got a little feed of blackberries there and raspberries. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Not complaining, that's for sure. I got to pack up all my stuff though very soon and put it back in to the camper and go inside myself as well. Let's go down and see